Okay, good deal. Let's make sure everything is up and going. Good afternoon. I know I'm a little bit early. A little bit early. I have not I haven't got everything posted up, but I wanted to try a little bit earlier this time. One more thing to go. Potcher, how you doing, man? First one in here. Good to see you. Yeah, man, I hadn't even it's been a minute. Been a hot minute here since I've seen you guys. I've been on vacation and you know, doing the thing. How are we? I know I just talked to you not too long ago in the chat, man. Not too long ago. 4 o'clock snuck up on me quick, very quick. And I was, I tried to get me a nap and try to get everything going and everything. Doing good. Oh, man, weather. Oh, it's good where we are. Not too bad for us. We missed all the craziness and everything, so that's a that's a good thing. I know a lot of people are having some crazy weather, crazy stuff going on. It's tough. It's wild. Good deal. I planned on getting on yesterday, but just had some things. I really don't do a Saturday stream or anything like that, but I was like, maybe I can work it into the schedule, but just did not didn't pan out, which is all right. It happens. Usually Sundays and Mondays and are my days to come in here and hang out with y'all. Heck yeah, man. Yep. Dude, I know that I listen, I know Mike. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. I know the thing that weather and everything is even in North Carolina, which is wild to me. Wild for it to be all the way in North Carolina. But of course, Florida and Panhandle, all that, dude. Sin, how are you, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. I know I'm super early. Like I said, I'm usually kids have been playing with my stuff. Everything's out of whack right now, just to let y'all know. Just to let y'all know. And it's been a minute since I've even been here and getting everything set up. Then they jack with it. But anyway, yeah, weather. I know in Texas, it's pretty hot. Still, saying I know you're in Texas, but everybody else, yeah. Still hot here. Still hot. Felt really good this morning. I'll tell you that. 60s ish, but of course it's hot again. So we're hanging in there. A chemical plant down in Georgia, it blew up. Did you hear it? No, I did not. Like since the storm or recently? I did not hear that, Mike. Bumblebee tuna. But no, I did not hear that, Mike. Yeah, that's tough. Georgia's had a lot going on too in North Carolina, Florida, the whole kind of southeast down there with all this weather and everything is just absolutely crazy. We'll let everybody kind of get on in here, and I know a few guys that I talked to and everything. I kind of gave him a heads up and everything, but it's tough to do on a Sunday. And I know football's on. The Saints lost. Just terrible, terrible. And I know a lot of people watch Sunday football, and then Saturday I was like, oh, well, everybody's watching college ball. So yesterday or today that it happened, not sure because it calls from the storm or not. Most likely, yeah, man, probably so. I didn't hear about that. I have to check up on that. I haven't gotten to dig down in the news and read any articles or anything like that. Like I said, Saturday is college football, and Sunday people watch NFL football, and I just have not had the time. I had to do some yard work. I had to do some things around the house. So no, I have not. I think somebody drank my drink. My Waze energy drink. Yeah, that would be my kid. He hadn't got one for this evening yet. All right. We'll get them and bring them on in. And man, I can't wait to catch up with you guys and chat, and McJunkin and all those guys too. And I talked to a lot of you guys through the comment sections and on the videos and things like that. So I do know you guys are still around. JJ, I talked to him, and some other guys. Man, I'm really hoping we're coming up close to the young Marine. You're having coffee. All right, coffee's good. It's coming up close to that Marine that left to graduate here soon, and October's coming. And if I do it correctly and everything's right, it should be within the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks that he graduates. But I do want to get on and sending him a package and everything. I know some of you guys said you get down a couple bucks or something like that to, when he gets out into the fleet, send him something. I'm gonna reach out to him and get his address and everything. And hopefully he comes back here, and man, we're gonna have a good discussion when he comes back, because I got a lot of questions to ask. I'm trying to get my dashboard pulled up here. I'm telling y'all, it's like I go away and everything just, man, I got to get back on track. Hey, look, we're talking about mental health and mental whatever the case might be. I got to get everything back in order on my mental side before I can even talk about it, you know? Yep. Thomas. Yep. I'm going to check on him. Like I said, he's close. He's close. I might be crazy. John is 100% crazy for sure. Okay. Like I said, I'm going crazy. Not really. No, I'm kidding. Like I say, I'm talking about me being scatterbrained and mental health and mental, or Marines crazy. Are we crazy? People call us crazy. Yes. But I feel like it sometimes. I'm nuts. How bad is it? You know, we all got a little bit of. But I was talking about, are the Marines? People say it. We'll get into it. And I did a video on it, and I talked about it. And I know mental health is big, and I know throughout the military, not just the Marine Corps, but any military and things like that. I mean, but specifically for us, the couple screws loose or whatever. But that's okay. Y'all still love us, right? Great answer. But yeah, talking about that, like me just, man, getting back 9 days in vacation is a long time to disconnect and to be out and to do things. But it's good mentally for you to do that sometimes, and to come back into the world and technology and everything else. It's tough, man. Crazy, but not locked up yet. I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan. Oh. Hey, the Saints, man. I'm a Saints fan. What does that tell you? I got a brown paper bag back over here, you know. I don't think, well, hey, I can speak for most of us. If we're on here and we're talking and chatting it up and videos and everything, we're all not locked up yet. I'm crazy, still waiting on my check. Hey, when you get yours, you let me know. Boy, I get it. But it's life experiences. I know I talked about that, and I want to get into that and talk about that with you and with you guys, and go over it, and just how important it is and how important it is for me and for other people. And then I talked about, listen, I'm not talking crazy. I mean, we can talk crazy. I mean, it is what it is. But if you got something going on, man, we're brotherhood. We got to help each other out. Reach out and talk to somebody. And I don't know. I just think that's important. I think that's real important for us to not go crazy. We got to have, that one person you can go to and talk to, and however you want to cut it, slice it, dice it, whatever you want to do with it. We'll get into it. I will definitely get into it. So yeah, that's kind of my latest video, was talking about mental, and I get asked that question a lot. Like I said in the video, hey, how do you mentally deal with some things, or is your mentality, jacked up, or mental toughness, and how do you do mental fortitude and mental health and everything? There's the man. What's up, JJ? Good to see you back in here. I was talking about you earlier, man. How we were talking in the comments and stuff. I see a lot of you guys. I go through days I cry over nothing. Okay. Hey. Part of getting older. Your kids. Me and you're the same age. 41. We got some older guys in here. But yeah, I mean, it's important. Hey man, we gotta take care of our mental health, right? We gotta take care of ourselves before we can help others and take care of your brother. And dude, it's a lot of things can go on up in here, but you gotta be, it's dangerous. This place is dangerous. The world is dangerous, but this place is dangerous. Just letting you, that's me. That's just my opinion. It can be dangerous. Help a brother out. JJ. Yes, sir. How you been doing, JJ? You been doing good, man? You work? I know you work. I like I said, I know the last couple times you've been here, you work a different schedule and everything like that. So I know you come in here at different times. So, hey, ancient. Okay. Well, hey, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Mental health is number one for us. I agree, Jay. I'm telling you, man, it is serious, dude. It's, wherever you come from. And I talked about in that video, and I want to talk to y'all live about it. But Patra said, has boot camp started to allow desserts? I don't know. I know they do fruit, which we had fruit, but full-fledged desserts, I don't know. And we were talking about Thomas, that recruit that we had go in that came in the channel. He's almost getting ready to graduate. Everything went perfect. So hopefully he'll come in here. He'll tell us. Okay. So you're working weekends for a few months. Okay. Yeah, I knew that. I knew you were on weekends or something like that. So I know you're in and out and everything, but I do appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, man, mental health. And how mental fortitude, and what do we do? How do we work through it? Also, how does the military, or, the Marine Corps, for my instance, help you in that mental stage down the road, mental toughness, or the warrior mindset, or a mental mindset, or, a mindset to do things and how things operate and how you adapt and how you overcome. A lot of those things you build in basic boot camp, whatever. I don't know the other branch of service. I can only speak for myself. and my personal experiences and the things that I see and the people that I interact with that are Marines or a different branch of service as well, for them, not for you, or whatever branch of service you're in. I don't know, but man, don't lie. I worked 3rd Battalion Chow Hall for my team week. Y'all had Krispy Kreme. Oh, you a lie. You are a lie. I was in 3rd Battalion. Ain't no way. I didn't have no donuts. Look at this man. Heck no, John. Get out of here with that trash, man. Get out of here. Now I know you're crazy. Sodas, yeah. Maybe now, but not back then. This man, he gonna get me riled up, and we're not even 30 minutes in. We're not even 15 minutes in. No cap. Yeah. Look at him. He's all hip. He's my age. They still say that, John? No cap. I can ask my kid. Our boys are the same age, right? 12? Heck no. Crazy, man. Ain't no Jellyfield. Yeah, ain't no Jellyfield donuts in 3rd Battalion. Mighty Mike, baby. You know we were all about that PT. Look at this man. He gonna get me jacked up. He gonna make me go crazy. I did not have a good experience while I was in an active infantry unit. It's hard losing guys with combat experience to non-deployable for 6 months. Yeah, that's true, man. You're right. And I think JJ, that's a lot of us too, and even while you're in, and I talked about that too, and I'm a big advocate of, yes, mental health is really key when we're in, but also the mental health after our time is up and how that plays a role into life and things like that afterwards. So yes, time being in, it's hard, but you got to think about that other man or that other Marine or whoever it is. They're no good to you if they're not mentally there for the combat. But also, after they get out, we've got to do a better job taking care of our mental health and everything afterwards. I think mental health points on base. And I know they're doing a lot of that now, but I did not have that option when I was in, really, honestly. It just wasn't a thing, or it wasn't highlighted as much. But the more I older I get, the more I realize how important it is to go back and revisit those things and work through those things. So vice versa. And I'm glad they're taking that serious. Now, there's a cool video that I want y'all to watch real quick, JJ. While you're here, I don't know how much time you have. The early 2000 Marine Corps was not kind to us when we were in. That's me. 2001. Yeah, man. I kind of not kind to PTSD issues. Yeah, but I don't think I think it was an unfamiliarity. That's a hard word, apparently, for me. Because we didn't know about it, and they didn't really address it with us, maybe. And, I even go back to the Vietnam era in the 80s and the 90s too. It wasn't highlighted. But so I can see your point of view of why there would be some issues with that, maybe some resentment, possibly. But yeah, there's a video that I want to watch with you guys, and let me know what y'all think. Think about that, because I mean, it's real. So yeah, I don't know. I see myself in that early 2000s, man. That's me. But I've learned since then a lot but going back to revisit that and do things and work through things and how important it is. And they just didn't back then, or I didn't have the opportunity or the resources that Marines do now. Oh yeah, DUIs, 100%, 100%. I agree with that. Yep, yep. But 2002, 2006, I remember our safety debrief was a 40-minute talk at On Base Movie Theater for our battalion. No one sought more help after that. Nothing else was said. Then yeah, right. I mean, John's the same era that I am. I was in a little bit earlier than he was, but a year. But we were in the same time frame, the same everything. We went through the same thing. So yeah, like he said, that's all we got. There was no resources, and 2007 when I got out, 2008, 2009, I was in the reserves. Actually reserves 2007, 8, 9, I was in reserves. So, by 2007, it was more light being brought to it, I guess you could say. Not enough, but some. But we didn't have access to anything. You just out on your own. John, you can speak for that too. I mean, pretty much that's what you got, and then you were gone and done. What accent? My southern accent? Yeah, this is me. This is how I mean, talk to me. What you mean accent? American? I know I'm 6%, Sorry if my Spanish comes out, but yeah, this is how we talk down here. It is 100% me, which real life, this is what I talk like. Maybe on videos it's a little different, but this is me. But I do try when I'm on video to try to enunciate my words, because the southern accent is very hard because we shortcut and we talk a little bit of twang and a little bit of twist, so it's hard for some people to understand what we're saying. Oh yeah, that's me, man. That's me. This is the real. That's what you see is what you're getting. But yeah, that's me. Oh, don't even get me started on that guy. That Louisiana accent, he ain't got it. Down in the bayou, he tries, but he ain't got it. Just wait till you hear my man. What is that? How do people from Maine talk? Go Tigers, go Tigers. Hey, you can understand what I'm saying now. I mean, that's you ever seen Waterboy? There you go. That's Coach O. I don't even know anybody from Maine, so I don't even know how y'all talk. They're down on the bayou, going down. We're gonna get a fourth down. Now, crawfish down on the New Orleans. Yeah, you got a grunt. That's that Coach O. That man was down on the bayou. Bayou and wicked good. Oh, wasn't he, dude? That dude was crazy. Talking about crazy. He was crazy. Gambit. What are we talking about Gambit? We're talking about Swamp. Yeah. Now that's different than what I talk. Biddy, just to let you know, that is a different language. That is a different type of they got their own Creole, French Creole language accent down there. Yeah. Drink some water. You should have a bottle of water. At least we're not British, all right? A bottle of water. So anyway. Yeah. But mental health. French. Yeah, but the Louisiana accent is a French inspired French Creole weird style language, man. It's definitely interesting. They say coon ass a lot. Yeah, that's what they call them, coon asses. If y'all don't know that, I mean that's just that's what they call them. But you know, love us or hate us, we're all from down south. John, are you originally from Tennessee? Born and raised? It is a different, unique dialect. You're right. You're exactly right. I didn't know if you were born and raised there or not. But I mean, Tennessee has a deep southern drawl accent too. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, because we don't pronounce the whole thing. Even Georgia, Florida is not really, I don't think, maybe the Panhandle, but Arkansas. We all come from different dialects and different backgrounds. Not referencing people of color. It's a saying of endearment for Cajun folk. Oh yeah, 100%. They know that. I mean, listen, you talk to a Louisiana person, they know. They understand. They get it. 100%. Yep. I forgot my water. Get my boy to give me some water. I'm 100% born and raised in southeast corner Tennessee. Okay, so you understand. You get it. He gets it. Yeah, he gets it. It's just a whole. I mean, that's depending on where you're from. And like Potcher says, he was from Maine. I really don't know what people from Maine talk like. What would be Maine? I don't know. I don't know anybody from there. You might. I don't know Maine. I don't know. All right, y'all ready to jump into this video? Let me plug up here. Like I said, everything got out of whack. Okay, here we go. At first, I want to get my water. Get my water before he interrupts. I had to mute. I had to mute and yell for him to get me the water. Lobster man. Lobster. Boston. Like that? Lobster man. Yeah, he's coming with the water, so we'll start the video after he gets back with the water. Thank you, sir. That's service. I think he got me a dirty cup. Wow. Okay. Dorsan. A little different from Boston. Grew up with an uncle named Harold. I thought my whole life his name was Earl. His wife's name was Dorson. Yeah, we have some weird names. Or we have nicknames like my name is not my name and my mom's name is not her mom. Like my uncle's names, they're completely opposite of what their names are. It's really weird. Yeah. This is Mississippi water. We have filtered water. But yeah. All right. Let me see if I can find this video. I want y'all to watch this. I want you to watch it with me. Man, it's crazy getting everything back on track. It's like I forgot how to do everything. It's Louisiana. My sisters are Tarina, Lorena, Orzetta, and Janaka. Get out of here, man. Are you serious? Really? Really? Wow. Okay. Tarina, Lorena. Janaka? What? What? All right, I've got the volume up. I don't want to blow your ears out. Like I said, they've been messing with my junk. When I left, they got messed with my computer and everything, so I did get a haircut, but now it's grown back. Think about letting it go. What do y'all think? And the beard. John Aka. Uka. Janaka? Janaka? Wow. Okay. I've never heard that. Never heard that. Janaka. Whoa. Wow. Janaka. All right, cuz. What up, cuz? No? Jonica. Oh, Jonica. Okay. I'm a little slow. Maybe I am a little crazy. Jonica. Got it. I'm an idiot. Jonica. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I got it. Jonica. I got it. Okay. Yes, I know. I got it. Okay? Great. It's my Spanish accent coming through, okay? It's my 6% trying to go through. Y'all just bear with me. All right, mental health, how Marines, are we crazy or not? Here we go. Y'all ready? Great. Okay. Do I? Yes, I got it. Okay. I'm good. Now, Kunezes are done talking about Southern hospitality. Let's watch this video. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, man. That's awesome. Okay.
I believe all mental, physical, and moral fitness spring from mental fitness.
In terms of being mentally fit, you need to be intelligent, you need to know your job in and out, and you need to become the expert at what you do. That requires extensive studying, continuous learning, and just general professional curiosity.
It's really short.
It's challenging. Every day we learn new things, every single day.
At the times where I wanted to give up, like I had those, Marines to my left and right that were picking me up, helping me out.
So when I'm 10 miles into a 20-mile hike and my shins hurt, my knees hurt, my back is hurting, so's my buddies. Everyone's in the same boat.
Okay, there's a timeout right there. Okay, so mentally, like a mental shift, and like I said, I get asked all the time, how do you mentally prepare, or how do you mentally do this or whatever, and then, but your mentality has to shift, and I think it shifts when you do have a brother to the left or the right of you, right? Because you're not thinking, or you're not thinking about yourself, just solely yourself, right? You're thinking about left, and you're thinking about the right, and you're thinking about those brothers and those sisters next to you. So there has to be a mentality of, selflessness and caring for your brother to your left or your right. What do you think about that? I mean, mentally, I think that's mentally fit. And we'll go back, and I do want to go back and visit some points of what they said just recently. But let's play this out.
So you have to constantly be bettering yourself and preparing yourself for what's coming.
As a Marine, I think like mental strength is having resilience. You earn it, you learn it, you gain it from experience. You're not born with it.
Okay. Another highlight, it's not, not given to you. You earn it. You have to train it. You're not born with it. And I really think you're not born mentally tough, right? I mean, there's got to be some challenges, or there's got to be some kind of circumstance that has put you through something mentally taxing or mentally tough to make you mentally fit, or to create mental toughness. And we're going to go back through it.
Every Marine has pride for fighting for the country, the Corps, the person to your left or to your right. For my case, I serve because I love this country and I believe in what America stands for.
Okay, a lot there. And I wanted to kind of play it all the way through because it is pretty short, and there's another one, but talking about mental toughness and mental fit, and learning, and selflessness, and it's not just given to you. You're not just going to pick it up and learn it anywhere. I think circumstances, and you're not just born with it. Okay, here it is again.
I believe all mental, physical, and moral fitness spring from mental fitness.
So mentally, I mean, you have to be mentally fit, right? And I don't think if your mind is right, everything else isn't going to operate right. But like I said, this is a baseline. It's not, you're not going to learn it in 24 hours. You're not going to wake up and be mentally fit or mentally tough, I don't think. And also, I do believe, like later on in the video, she says you're not born mentally tough. And also, I'm gonna just for a second come here and talk about how you were raised has a lot to do mentally of where you start out learning to be mentally tough. And I talked about that. And if you're brought up, nothing wrong with it. If you're brought up and everything was given to you, everything was silver spoon, sunshine and rainbows, butterflies and rainbows, however you want to look at it, is everything was given to you, and you never had to mentally fight or break through a mental wall. I think it's harder to get the warrior mindset or the mental toughness if you've never had to fight for something, if you've never been through struggles in your life. That's me personally. I'm not saying that doesn't work, and that's not on any person. That's not their fault. That's not to the left, the right, whoever it is. But I think, like I said, you're not born with it. But if you're born into a situation where you're not having to mentally think and be mentally tough and to get past some mental obstacles, it's going to be tougher than those ones that have had to battle their whole life mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever the case is. They know how to fight. They know how to, and Patra, I see your comment. It says, did you hit the autopilot with a type wall with the over, around, and under, blow it up? Yeah, like, so you hit a wall, and how are you going to get past that? That's what I'm thinking. You know, I think that it's different for everyone. My circumstance is different from your circumstance, but overall, you're going to be mentally tough if you had to go through some struggle in life, you know, and fight for something. And you know, mentally that if I can get through this, I can get through that. That's what I think. Hey, Zach, what's going on, man? Read about mental comeback from Normandy veteran, Private Nick Gurr's diary. Okay. First name, last name. Thank you. I'll remember that. Let's go on and add some comments to it as we go. Like I said, it's a lot.
I believe all mental, physical.
Hold up. Like I said, I get back into things and I just lose it.
I believe all mental, physical, and moral fitness spring from mental fitness.
Mental fitness. Okay.
In terms of being mentally fit, you need to be intelligent, you need to know your job in and out, and you need to become the expert at what you do. That requires extensive studying, continuous learning, and just general professional curiosity.
It's challenging. Every day we learn new things, every single day.
Listen.
At the times where I wanted to give up, like I had those, Marines to my left and right that were picking me up, helping me out.
So when I'm 10 miles into a 20-mile hike and my shins hurt, my knees hurt, my back is hurting, so's my buddies. Everyone's in the same boat.
So for you to know that you're not the only one going through hell, it's okay. And I think that does something for you mentally. Like, it's not just me. And that's what he's kind of talking about, is like, hey, this dude over here is going through the same crap that I am. I don't know if that motivates you or not, or it helps you mentally, but I would think it would. The autopilot was like a Marine Corps challenge by the numbers. Right. I mean, you're going up, over, through, around, or we're blowing it up. That's the mentality you're talking about, Potcher. And, but what I'm saying is, like, you're not born with that, right? There has to be some training. There has to be some skill. There has to be some life. There has to be some experiences. There has to be something that goes along with to get you to that point where you are, excuse me, where you are mentally prepared for that.
So you have to constantly be bettering yourself and preparing yourself for what's coming.
Yeah, like I said, you got it. I'm way off. Let's go back. Okay. Listen to what he says. Listen.
Everyone's in the same boat.
Not this.
So you have to constantly be bettering yourself and preparing yourself for what's coming.
So you have to mentally prepare yourself for what's coming. So that's what he was talking about earlier, that you're learning, you're training, you're absorbing. You have to be smart. You have to think about it. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the task at hand that's coming. If you go into something blind or whatever, yeah, everything can get all jacked up. But if you're mentally preparing, And the training that you do also plays a big part into that. Because if you're training, then your mental is all going to be there. You're just going to have to put it into practice. That's what I think.
As a Marine, I think like mental strength is having resilience. You earn it, you learn it, or you gain it from experience. You're not born with it.
Right. Like I said again, we're going back to that same, like I said, it's short and sweet, but we're not born with it. And the ones that have, you know, been through some stuff. First name, last name. I've read that amazing mental comeback from the legendary Private Nick. Okay, so I need to check that out. Is there some good stuff in it? I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put that on a list where I can, before I forget, Nick Gers' diary. Nick Gers. Got it. Okay. I do like to take suggestions and everything and write them down because I know there's a lot that I don't know and that I don't learn. But yeah, let's finish it out real quick.
Every Marine has pride for fighting for country, the Corps, the person to your left or to your right.
Yep.
For my case, I serve because I love this country and I believe in what America stands for.
Right. But, you know, the mentality, I just think, you know, I like I said, mental health and are we crazy or not? But, you know, I think we're taught from the beginning how to overcome a lot of mental things. And, you know, I've read a lot and watched a lot and talked to a lot of people that, you know, mentally tough and mentally fit. If you're not mentally tough and mentally fit, how are you going to execute? Because if you don't believe that you can do something, and Apache was kind of talking about it too, you know, that mentality, you know, up, over, around, through, blow it up, get through it, get the job done. If you don't have a mentality of like, hey, you're going to fail, I think, you know, if you don't have that positive mentality or the mental fortitude or the mental toughness. And some people have it and some people don't. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just part of it. City, what's up? How are you doing, man? Good to see you in here, brother. So I think, you know, and being mentally resilient and, you know, in the circumstances and the life experiences that we go in, you know, help grow that mental toughness. And it's a process. It's not just going to be, hey, I've got it. You're going to have to go through something. And I think we all go through something and we're all different. So we're all going through our own battles. We're all going through our own mental blocks, our own mental walls. But if you can get through them, if you get through them once, I believe, and that's what I think boot camp does great. If you can get through it, overcome it, achieve it mentally, then you're going to have an easier time for the next task at hand. And then that's going to get easier and the next and the next and the next. And it's going to keep growing. And then eventually you get to the mentality of, hey, whatever the task is, I'm going to get it done, whatever it takes. And you need that mentality, I do believe, in a combat environment. And then you can translate that over from the military life into the civilian life. And it just keeps going. It impacts and it grows and it compounds over and over again. And sometimes we have problems with it, but we got to work through them. Doing pretty good. Finally caught one. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming in, dude. We're talking anything and everything, man. You're welcome here. I'm glad you showed up, dude. I really appreciate that. But it's a process, and I've learned that. And like I know we talked about it earlier, early 2000s, I speak only for what I know. Until 2000s, there was nothing there, you know, for us to work through and to learn how to get over. So yeah, that's mental toughness and mental fortitude and mental mindset. But how do we, I guess my question, how do we teach that, and how do we help others with that? And there's a gap of while you're in the mentality of while you're serving, and then getting out, and then how do you transition that mental mindset to help you succeed in life or help you get through troubles in life or anything like that? And I think this helps. And like I said, you're earning it, you're learning it, and it's not going to be given to you. That's what I think. But I think it's very important. Very, very important. All right, I had to move my screens around. But and I think that a lot of people, like I said, that ask me all the time, are crazy or what. And I don't think it is. I think it's just having a mental toughness to know what you've been through, and knowing that there's not much that you can't get through. You've made it on, for the ones that have made it onto the other side, or however or whatever they did. What are these cans? This right here is Waze Energy Drink. If you go to wazeenergy.com and use code USMC99, you'll get 10% off. They're energy drinks. They support military, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency management services. Go check them out. #ad. They're a sponsor of my stream, man. Yeah. They deliver all throughout the United States. Locally here, in my state, veteran owned, veteran operated, actually still active. He's still in. They're doing good things for the people. So, yeah. Tanner08. I met you at Ed's restaurant. Are you the ping pong kid? Did we play ping pong together with my kid after a soccer tournament down in Hattiesburg? Is that you? I do remember that, Tanner. If I'm correct, am I right? I'm gonna have to check them out. I'm tired of my. Hey, you're supporting local right here, brother. They've got some. They got some new flavors coming out. They've got a new peach flavor. They got new cherry lime. They're awesome. After the soccer tournament. Oh my, Tanner, what's up, little man? How are you? Yes, sir. I do remember that. I do remember. Yeah, but man, that was last year. Good to see you in here, bud. Good to see you. Yeah, well, you played ping pong with my boy. But yeah. That's funny. Man, what are the chances? Holy smokes. And I think we told you about the channel and everything while we were shooting some, yeah, man, we were shooting some video footage for ping pong at Nav. Yeah, I knew it from my mother, her close friend, the daughter of the Diaries owner, and also worked in military, Sergeant Annie Gurr. Okay. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys turning me on to that book, man. I'm gonna have to take a look. That's good. And I could imagine, or I can't imagine the mental toughness and the mentality of, Normandy and D-Day and those warriors, man. I'm telling you, that is a tough mindset right there. And to know what you're going into mentally, that's tough. And then if you've survived that, to come out on the other side, that's respectable. That's foundation laying. That's where we're coming from, what we're fighting for. I mean, that's the real deal business right there. That is the real deal business. Those warriors, man. Yep. I'll have to check it out. I'm gonna go get it. 100%. But yeah, and then then how do we, knowing the mental toughness that we have, or if you've had that situation, how do we translate that into the civilian side, and how do we disconnect, and do we disconnect? And I think that's what a lot of us struggled with, because we didn't have the support, and then we just got out and they threw us into the civilian world, and we had to figure it out on our own. And so, that's a good thing about having brothers and having people together and going to battle with each other and doing buddy checks. I know a lot of people say that, and a lot of groups that I'm in, a lot of guys that I deployed with, and a lot of people that I served with, that there's groups for that. And that's a way. But how's the mentality help you in the civilian life? And people ask that to me as well. It's another question I get. How do you translate your mentality from military to civilian life? And that also is a tough one. But once you have that mentality, and then you go into something and you prove yourself almost, and and you can do things and get things done and accomplish tasks and go mentally and break a barrier and go further than your body tells you that you can. That's another thing that mental toughness grabs. And so it will benefit you in the long run. It has benefited me, I do believe, in the long run as well, because my boss tells me to do something, I'm going to do it no matter what. And he knows that. And that's learned experiences, whether it's in the military, the Marine Corps, life, whatever the case might be. That's what I believe. Loss of the esprit de corps was the worst part of regular life. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have that, right? And, that is real, John. That is real. And I wish I could find a video on that. And I might have to look for next time. If there is one on that, I'll have to look. Okay, so you're right, John. Unless you transition into law enforcement or some type of first responder, you don't get this esprit de corps. 100% agree with that. And I did. I translated that back into, so I really didn't lose that. But for a time period, I did. And then it's almost like you go crazy. It's like, it's weird, because you miss that camaraderie. You miss that group, that, the enthusiasm, the brotherhood, the everything that the Marine Corps offers. And then they put you out into where the world does not care. But I did find that, and I finally found out, because I could not find a belonging, I guess you could be a better word of what I'm kind of talking about, because you don't know, I'll move you guys over here because I can see. But yeah, you don't know. There's no brotherhood. There's nothing there. Yeah, man, I get that. But you also got to find your people too, I think they're out there. The part was a bit more challenging, like dropping from corp to civil. Yeah, to civilian. Yeah, it's tough. It's mentally tough because the world's not going to offer you that civilian life, and it's not it's nobody's fault either or, but they don't understand the mentality once you get into the civilian world of where you're coming from and what you did and those experiences. I wish our country would focus more on that in general. Like, no matter if you're a plumber or a doctor, we're all. Listen, I say this a lot, John. I say same team, same fight. We need to be on the same team in the same fight. And, that's for the love of our country. And it doesn't matter who you are. We're all people. We're all in the same team. We're all in the same fight, or we should be. I mean, there's a group of people that I have that are with me that understand that concept and they get it. But I think we would be better off if we understood that. But now what are we doing? We're fighting each other, right? That's all we're doing. We're dividing each other. I mean, that's pretty much it. And that sucks. We need a common mission and together. Yeah. And if we came together, how much better would it be, and how much more of a positive difference or a positive impact that we could be and make together, rather than trying to fight one another. And it's like we're two different teams. But if you came together as one team, you could accomplish a lot more. We're all trying to better our lives and our children and grandchildren. Our world is going to be a better place if we all look after everyone like the past, and the same goal, same village. Exactly. Yep. It's all about us. We're so center focused on us and me, or I. But if we come together, like you said, community, the esprit de corps, we're coming together, teamwork, we're all in it, we're not against each other, then how much better would it be? Yeah, mental health. I think that's what hurting our country. I'm with you. I agree with you. I do not disagree with you. Us, yep. Us versus them, left versus right. 100. We're so divided right now. Blue and red. I'm with you. I think we think a lot alike, John. I mean, I'm with you, dude. I don't care who you are, but we got to come together. But how do we do that? Like how do we do that? You and I, we get that. We understand that because we've been together I consider him my brother, because I know we can, if it came down to it, me and you would come together, right? And we're not going to agree on everything. Of course not. But when it boils down to it, I think our core values of you and I, we could come together. We could be fine. But it's how do we get everybody back on that and not fight each other? Man, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Us versus them. I know, man. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. I just hope that our youth and, your boys and your family and, my boys and my family, I'm teaching them that, unity, and God, it's tough, man. It is tough. PDM. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Let's go. I'm glad you're in here, man. Glad you're in here. Sad to say, but Russia needs to invade Alaska and Canada. That would help. I'm ready to go. You ready to go? Get back in the fight, brother? You ready to get back in the fight? Nah, they ain't going to do that. Alaska, maybe. I don't know about Canada, but Alaska, possibly. They right there. They're a land bridge away. But, yeah, how do we come together? And I think that, like I said, you're not born with it. We're not born with that mentality or the mental. We got to learn it. We got to experience it, and then we've got to bring others together somehow. And I've said that about my channel and everything that I'm for and I believe in. That the past history and the new age. I feel like that I am right in the middle. And that I want to try to bridge that gap. And even everybody in here, I want to try to bridge that gap of a community of people and things that we can come together. And how do we work? How do we work together? How does the old school and the new school, or us that are right in the middle, how do we come together and work together as one team? That's If you can get that, just saying, God can help change the U.S. Yeah, that's what it was built on, right? You know? I got you, Potcher. I get it. I get everything. I think it's everything. You know, I just don't know. I hope that we're not too far gone to not come together. But it needs to stop the, I don't know. I think a lot of people don't think like we do. Cool heads need to talk out our differences, and we need to be okay with, dude, 100%. I say that all the time. Me and you can disagree. Great. Cool. We're not going to disagree, but we can have a conversation about it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we can have a conversation, and like, you don't agree? Great, cool. But I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to fight you because you don't agree with what I agree with. And I think that's, but mentality wise, if you're so focused when you're in the military, and I say that, or the Marine Corps, or however you want to look at it, that you're focused on your brother to your left and your right, you're on the same team. You're not worried about anything else. So you're on the same team. It's just when you get out, it's like we fight each other. You're not going to fight your brother when you're downrange, throwing rounds down and getting shot and this and that and the other. And it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to fight together. People don't know how to talk, man. People don't know how to communicate. And I think if we could learn how to communicate healthy, and if we could learn how to communicate rationally, I think that would help a lot of it. But the mentality is I'm right, you're wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it, and I don't like you. Right? You know? My grandson in Chicago, Navy. Oh, PDM. Navy boot camp right now. After leave, he'll head to school. Okay. Well, how you feel about that, brother? How do you feel? How do you feel about that? Is he going to give us some insight on how the Navy is? Very cool, man. I'm excited. That's exciting. Good deal, man. Good deal. That's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. His choice. Very cool. Hey, if that's his choice and he's making choices like that, it's probably got a good head on his shoulders, right? But yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear that, PDM. That's good stuff. But yeah, you're right. But like I said, mentally, how do we, and then, what is the mentality? Your mentality while you're serving, while you're doing everything is you're fighting together. And then you just get thrown out into the world and we all hate each other. I don't get it. Makes no sense. $0. And, I think that's part of, as us, of how we can pour into the next generation of the community here. And I know there's a lot of guys in here that are doing things for the next generation, and they're doing things to keep the traditions and keep the mentality or the mindset of, together, teamwork, your country, your core values, and to have pride and a sense of pride for your country needs to be instilled in the youth. Top of his class in high school, lifeguard and combat training. Hell of a shot with a rifle and a handgun, not to mention a bow. I don't know if the Navy's going to have a bow. Maybe not, but that's skills. Oh, I'm sure he's going to ace it. You couldn't talk him into going to the Marine Corps. We need some good Marines, man. We need some good ones. That's good. Well, as a few of those videos that we've watched, the Coast Guard and Coast Guard. No, wait, Air Force. Boy, whoa, their rifle training blew my mind. Blew my mind. Talking about mental. I guess he's smarter than us. He's not as crazy as us, PDM. He went into the Navy. We chose poorly. Anybody know what movie that's from? A little movie trivia. He chose poorly. Indiana. Come on. And that's good stuff, man. Good to hear. Hey, get some information from him. Point him over to the channel. Tell him to come in and talk. I want to know about Navy boot camp. I did a reaction to some Navy boot camp stuff here too. That one guy, it looked like he was a combat corpsman or something like that. So he was probably embedded with some Marines, so he's probably got the crazy mindset like we do, but you know. But I think, and you know, I think the tone is set early on in training. I'm not talking about extra training. I'm not talking about extra schooling or extra after you get out of boot camp, but I think the tone and the foundation is set in the Marine Corps in boot camp. I think it's set there, and then you build off of that, and then you mentally get tough, and you have a warrior mindset, and your mentality grows from there. The men's department of the Navy. That a boy. I know I use that one all the time. Everybody's like, hey, isn't the Marine Corps part of the Navy, Department of the Navy? Yeah, the men's department. Got it. But it's base layer built mentality there. And I hope that they're still doing that to this day. I do. I just wish we could all get along. And I give all the other branches theirs crap, and they do us too, but you know, it's all good. But I do firmly believe that it comes down to it, hopefully, we're on the same team and we all have the same mindset, the whole same mentality of, hey, we're gonna come together and we're gonna fight together. We're either fighting together, we're gonna win together, we're gonna die together. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my mentality. I'm going in. We going in together. You coming in with me. I'm going in with you. I'm all the way. There's no halfway. And that's learned early on. Not born with it. And, you know, give shout out to all the drill instructors and the trainers and the, you know, the cadre and everybody that takes a part in boot camp and training. I think that's on them. They're taking a part of building that mental fortitude of where we are. And that takes a lot mentally on them. When he gets through with SARC, he'll either be stationed with the Marines or Navy. Really? Okay. How long is it? Do you know how long that training is? I'm assuming, of course, it's like he'll go through the regular Navy boot camp training and then he'll go to school. How long is that school? That's very cool. I don't know much about that. Yeah. We had a lot of those. You know, I don't know how long, you know, is that different from a regular corpsman, a combat corpsman? I don't know. I don't know today versus back when I was in the corpsman, the combat corpsman we were in, but those are tough as nails. Some of those guys were tough as nails. I don't know how long the schooling is for that. I'm assuming kind of like it's EMT, paramedic. You go through different hierarchies and go up to the. That's interesting. That's very cool, man. I know you're definitely proud. Yeah, Special Amphibious Reconnaissance Corpsman. Okay, so it's a little different than a combat corpsman, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to read up on that. I bet you that's very interesting. So they might be in with like ARS, Amphibious Reconnaissance School, the Amphibious Recon, some of those guys. I'd imagine that's who he would be attached to, because I know that they have corpsmen attached to them. But I'm telling you, some of those guys are legit, man. They're getting, I mean, they're going through some training. That's good stuff. He must be smart. But yeah, shout out to all the ones that are training everybody too. I think they get overlooked as well. And like I said, that's kind of mentally tough and mentally taxing on them. Not just you, but a lot of people. And, you know, I think it goes through the mentality of leadership too. How is your leadership's mentality? And then that filters down onto the mentality of the Marines, and then to the different levels that it's going out to other people. So you got to be mentally up here, starts from the top, right? And then flows down, you know, everything flows down. Good stuff. I'm not talking about bad stuff, but, you know, you got to have mentality up top and have a good head on your shoulders as well. Let me see if I can find that other video real quick. He was initially offered nuclear in the Navy with the $75,000. He turned it down. Wow. So yeah, I knew a guy that I served with and I deployed with. He was on a sub. He was on a sub, which is really unheard of. There's not a lot of billets for Marines on sub, but he was on one. That was really cool. The first video I clicked, I'll let y'all watch or whatever. The first video, it says, is the Marine Corps getting soft? Are we getting soft? A lot of comments say yes. A lot of comments. I literally, I didn't know this was there. I literally just clicked up and pulled up a tab and it says, is the Marine Corps getting soft? And it's got a video. And I know a lot of people that it's like, oh, the Marine Corps is getting soft. I don't know. What do y'all think? I've never seen this. Interesting. Y'all want to watch it? Yeah, let's watch it. Come on. It's only 15 minutes. No, I might skip through some of it, but Nipper. My DE. Nipper, what are you doing, man? What you been up to, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Good deal. I hope I didn't miss one of your chats earlier, but I didn't plan this, Nipper. I just said, I literally was clicking off to go look at something else, and boom, it says is the Marine Corps getting soft. We were talking about mental fortitude, mental mindset, warrior mindset, mental toughness, resiliency, the whole nine of the mental. And then now I pull it up and says, is the Marine Corps getting soft? Boys. All right, we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. I haven't seen it. No clue. Just popped up. Oh, can you imagine? All right, let's go. I'm going to get it set up. I don't even know if it has volume. Hopefully it does not. Cleaning up from the storm. Yeah, dude, you good? Yeah, dude, I know a lot of people are cleaning up and everything too. So, man, you're all good though, right? Before I start this video, you all good? Commented on my short. Okay, I have to take a look. I haven't checked. I try to jump on a little early. I know it's football and things like that, so I want to get on here and then give everybody their evening and to do whatever they wanted to do. But yeah, let's. I didn't know about this video. This is not planned. This is off the cuff. It says, "Is the Marine Corps getting soft?" What it entails? No clue. Good deal, Nipper. Good to hear, man. Got to go talk on family in the lake near North Carolina. They're isolated, no cell phone, no power. However, they're... Dang. All right, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, PDM. I appreciate you, man. Good luck to your grandson. Let us know how everything turns out. We'll be back on. Just, of course, pay attention to the socials and everything, and then we'll get it going, man. Good deal. Good deal. Hopefully they're all right. All right, we're going to watch this video. Never seen it. Is it getting soft?
We're currently right now in the Octagon on Objective 5 in the Crucible.
Okay.
A lot of recruits come from different walks of life, and some of them have not been in altercations, yet alone fights. So this gives the opportunity for them to learn how to not only execute techniques, but be introduced to controlled violence.
Being introduced to controlled violence. Hey, listen, I'm a firm believer. You know, there a lot of people have not been in a fight or a physical altercation or anything like that of that matter. But I firmly believe everybody needs to be socked in the nose one time in their life, right? Could be me. I could be wrong. But it would do so much for us. So much good for us. But here we go. Is the Marine Corps getting soft? I don't know.
Won't mind any weapon. Like that term came from like back in the day where
Back
a
in the day.
Marine is able to kill you from 5 inches with your fist to 500 meters with a rifle.
Okay.
So, won't mind any weapons means to me is a mindset.
A
So the 4 types
mindset.
of shooting positions that recruits shoot here at Parris Island
Okay.
is the sitting,
Yep.
the kneeling,
Yep.
the standing, and
Yep.
the prone.
Correct.
All of these are basic positions that Marines would find themselves in when they have to deploy downrange and possibly engage the enemy. So here at Parris Island, we teach them that these are the basics of that marksmanship.
Okay.
I have
Man.
to finish this paper. I'm swamped. No one told me college would be so...
I hate ads. I have an ad blocker. All right. Looks like there's...
Sometimes with recruits have come with past experience in shooting.
Yep.
They have bad habits built up. So what we try to do is break those bad habits, instill in them the Marine Corps disciplines and the way that we go about conducting business here on the range, and we try to form them from there. Some of the techniques we teach them is making sure that their sling is tight enough,
Okay.
their sight alignment and sight picture is clear through their RCOs, their scopes,
Okay.
and that they have their slow, steady trigger squeeze,
Okay.
and that they focus on their breathing.
Yeah.
We have the Marine Corps motto, every Marine a rifleman, here on range. We make sure that we instill all these foundations so that we can produce all of these recruits who will graduate, become a Marine with the title of basic rifleman.
Hey, they got chairs. They're sitting on chairs. I'm just saying, it says, as the Marine Corps becomes soft. Don't touch my nose. Boop. Maybe. They got chairs. Whatever. Let's go.
Recruits who will graduate, become a Marine with the title of basic rifleman.
Yep. Every Marine's a rifleman. What are we doing here?
What warfighting skills modern Marines are more worried about or more like trying to put in is literally trying to go into a urban environment and actually seize the enemy. What the day course does is they're going to be going through all the obstacles, going over high walls, low walls. They're going to actually learn how to actually clear that, jump over it properly, and go effectively move as a group or as a unit to that next obstacle and actually clearing it.
So they have a whole training command for the Crucible now. Very interesting. Parris Island, by the way. I can tell there's no mountains and no hills. Well, maybe. Guess we draw the line at chairs. Yes. We're soft because we got chairs. I have no chairs. What?
Every Marine's a rifleman when it comes down to it.
Yep.
What that means. So the way we implement everything is when we come in and you get a kid from ground zero to when they come to range, they'll go to range and they'll start shooting weapons for maybe even the first time. They'll be shooting the weapons for the first time, but now when they come here, they get.
Hey, have y'all, was the first time you were in boot camp, was that the first time you fired a weapon? Let me know. Comment, let me know. Is it the first time you fired a weapon when you were in boot camp? We had mud ruts deeper than your mountains. Y'all have. Look at the sand, man. It's soft. Soft. No rocks, no nothing. Shade trees going all over here, John. Listen, maybe y'all are soft. I don't know. As you can say, it says it's Marine Corps getting soft. I don't know.
Taught to shoot, move, and communicate. It's going to help them out a lot because one, the black shirts are giving them just screaming and yelling at them. The drill instructors are yelling at them. There's RDSIMs going off. There's smokes going off. It's going to give them to the point where they're going to have to be in the zone, ready to go.
Yes was the first time that you fired a rifle. No was not. In no way. Okay, John, I know you did. Huh. Interesting. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down.
In a real life scenario, or when they're on a deployment or anything like that, it's going to come down to
guarantee that's what he's yelling. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down.
Learn everything from basic warrior training and from 100%. What they learn in the fleet. They're going to have to bring that together when it comes down to it, even if it's just someone who's not infantry.
Your buddy drag. A grease pig and no shoes and 10 inches of snow in the fleet. You didn't make it, did you? Didn't make it. I know you didn't. It's okay.
When they do the night event,
look, he's sleeping, John.
They're going to be
sleeping with his head
out of luck. There's not going to be any light, no nothing, no chem lights, nothing. They're going to come down to their natural night vision. Some of these kids never actually played out at night, or they'll go out and sleep underneath the stars. They'll go.
What? Oh, he's saying they've never gone out at nighttime? Nobody's been out at nighttime? Okay, so Potcher, yeah, you've shot, I've shot, yeah. Okay. But sometimes they've never been outside, they're going to go sleep under the stars?
Go out and they'll see nothing, but they're going to have to actually effectively go up at night and to actually use those techniques properly without getting a good sense of seeing.
Okay. Well, all right, I guess.
What recruits learn more on Page Field is how to actually work as a team and working as a fire team. And you have to know those people from the insides and out. You're gonna have to talk to each other, communicate with each other.
I'll be ready.
First time getting stung by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are huge.
Every single recruit here and every Marine should be a fighter leader. It's telling you that you have to lead your Marines, but you also have to show the example of why you want them to follow you.
Great point. Great point. To be a leader, a successful leader, you're not going to tell somebody to go do something if you're not doing the same thing or you haven't done it or you're not willing to do it, right? Am I right in assuming that, right? They're not just going to tell you to go train and do something and not tell you why or do it themselves or show you how to do it or haven't done it in the past. It's simple. Maybe this is video edited. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of just for show. I'm not saying that it's getting softer. I think the generation maybe is softer and they're not having the same type of recruits come in from when they did back in the day. And maybe they're having to go through a little bit extra to teach them.
If you want to be a leader, you're gonna have to be comfortable in the most uncomfortable positions.
Be a leader, you're gonna have to be most uncomfortable positions.
This game.
And we get a ad. Great.
You're not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready. Okay. NBC training, I can already tell you here. But these kids have never grown up with anything. Yeah. But I think that's true, you know. I mean, they're doing, yeah. it's the generation, you know.
The reason that recruit training needs to have the type of adversity that is built into it is because it teaches the Marines that they can trust one another and lean on one another for whenever those times do get tough.
Okay.
Part of what we do as Marines, and that our drill instructors do so well, is they make a commitment to those recruits as they come in every single pickup and every single cycle. They make that commitment to them in the drill instructor creed that they will never give up on the recruits and drill instructors, even when the recruits have given up on themselves. And it teaches those recruits that they can count on one another. They can count on those drill instructors. And that, whenever we're facing adversity, becomes invaluable.
Yeah, you got to have the mental mindset too. Because if you're with somebody and you know the left or the right that they're going to give up and they're not going to fight and they're going to run away and retreat, why would you want to do anything? You all have to all be on the same page. I mean, to me, that's common sense. I don't know. Maybe this generation, they're having to teach that. This is CS gas right here, boys and girls. Just fill the room up. Dent, my brother, where you been, man? Good to see you, bro.
It's important for them to face their fears in those high stress environments, just like the rappel tower and the gas chamber, because they need to understand that they can push beyond their own personal fears and boundaries. Because there will become moments later on in their careers or later on in life that they may be confronted with a stressor that they need to move beyond or conquer, and this will set the foundation for being able to do it.
I think I just talked about it, setting the foundation mentally of what you can do and what you're capable of doing and what your mind says you can do or what your body says you can do. Your body might say, no, I can't do it. But if you can break that mental wall or mental barrier, your body can do much more than you think it can. And then having a base foundation here, I think this is key. I think this is great. I need some of that good sinus clearing. Oh, dude. Yes.
The reason to continue using the gas chamber is to teach two lessons. One, that the instruction that we're provided is sound. And two, that the equipment that we're provided is as sound as we're being taught it is.
Ooh, try to run.
So it's gaining those levels of trust. That's why it's so important to continue gas chamber training.
Look at them. They're holding the door. They let people running out the door, man, trying to get out. But trusting your equipment, trusting your training, that is all key as well. That's funny. I mean, that recruit was getting out. We would have given body checked on the floor, by the way, if we tried to run out. Look at them eyes wide. Yes, dawn and clear, baby. What? Did somebody pass out? Oh, they want to run. This is good. Just stop. Stop. Look at this. Y'all see this? Boy, I don't think it's weak. I just think it's just, we all freaked out, right? But they're not going to let you leave. The mental foundations begin with the relentless demands and not babysitting recruits. Drill instructors have a different kind of compassion. True. You saw a prime example right there. You have to be able to make some decisions on your own, right?
Sick of all the ads like this one?
I'm really
Just head to adskiller.com. Click on activate.
Horrible. I have an ad blocker. But, okay. Mental. There we go. The water. Everybody is freaking out on
Marine Corps
the water.
Martial Arts Rifle Range and Swim Call begin to build the lethality blocks for our Marines. Whether it's learning how to navigate from ship to shore and being able to feel comfortable in an aquatic environment, whether the engagement with the service weapon or with close hand-to-hand combat in Marine Corps martial arts training, the Marines begin that basic foundation of how to be a lethal warrior on the battlefield. Marines need to be versatile in the ability to adapt to any situation that comes their way. The ethos that we are all riflemen is never more evident than being able to adapt to any situation and understand how we can fit into the solution of that problem.
How can you fit into the solution of that problem? And talk about a mental barrier here, jumping off that and water. and a mentality. I mean, I loved it. It was awesome for me. But some people, that's a mental wall, right? That's a mental barrier that they've got to get over, is this right here. Some it's the gas chamber. And I'm reading over here, everyone has a moment training where they think they can't or they're going to die. Dent, you said that it was your stairway to heaven.
One of the great lessons the Marine Corps has taught Marines for ages is the fact that we are ready to answer the nation's call, that we are versatile, that we are adaptive, and that we can overcome any challenge.
Adapt and overcome, 100%. Centuries, right? Over 200 years we've been proving this right. America's 911. We're the finest fighting force. Wherever, whenever, time and date, name it, we'll be there. But you got to get the mindset. Got to have that mindset. What is this?
Currently, the Marine Corps
Knowledge.
is focusing on increasing the lethality of the Marines, whether that's through the amount of education that they get, the courses and as far as structure, or the length of the course itself.
Interesting.
Some of the aspects of knowledge of the recruit's experience are on some of the basic levels. What are the basic history of the Marine Corps? But then it expands onto more advanced knowledge, like ranges of weapon systems and how to employ proper technique in compass and land. Reading and learning and being a continual learner only increases the lethality of the Marine. Understanding that the hardships that the Marines went through in the Korean War,
Yes.
World War II, or other venues provides them the background and experience that their predecessors brought, and how that has influenced how we train Marines today.
They're not going to let you drown. Come on. You'll be all right. But yeah, learning past traditions and histories of the Marine Corps, I think that is key, and I've preached that this whole channel. The traditions that was founded on hundreds of years ago, we still need to keep to those traditions to today, because that's what we're built on. That's the lethality.
The Marine Corps cares about how the
We need
Marines are trained and increasing their knowledge, because it only makes them a better Marine.
Yes. Continual education. MCIs. Y'all remember the MCIs? Hey, listen.
Tired of the same old boring
Another
tailgate
ad.
trade? Step your game up with the Crystal Party Live.
But hey, when you're learning from those warriors of the past, how motivating is that, right? To me, it was.
The Crucible being the ultimate example of
Y'all don't have
bringing
mountains
all of
here,
the
John.
training
John.
together in a crucial moment when sleep is deprived,
Yes.
whenever movement is at its premium, whenever we're stressing those recruits to their ultimate limits, by taking all the lessons they've learned through the previous 9 weeks and encouraging them and forcing them to implement that training through their own experiences and through their own actions. It proves why the Crucible is the culminating event for recruit training.
Keep your head down. Don't go to sleep in the soft sand. But I don't think, Dent, everybody talks about PT and being in physical shape. I think
Character is a trait that
second.
is important to all Marines, because without character, without integrity, people will question if they can rely on you. And
True.
In crucial moments out on the battlefield, that should never be a question in any Marine's mind.
100% agree with that. I agree with that on board 100%. Got Lieutenant Colonel, what he said. Wait, man, they got, hey, look, Paris Island, y'all got
Recruit training lays the foundation.
What's that, solar?
For the modern battlefield by instilling the components of what they will experience in follow-on training. Without that foundation, those follow-on training venues lose their effectiveness. The camaraderie, the esprit de corps, and then everything that they will learn in follow-on training will all be built off of what the Marines learn in recruit training.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know, Dan, you're talking about PT and mentality. Nothing can mentally prepare you, I don't think. I think that a lot of others can speak to that as well. You can't possibly train for it. I mean,
I can guarantee you that if we were to get into wartime footing again,
listen,
the recruits, the drill instructors, and Marine Corps Recruit Depot Paris Island would rise to the challenge and produce basically trained Marines as we have since the beginning of inception here at Parris Island.
Okay. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Dent, I'm glad to see you in here, my man. Hope you're doing well. I know I was trying to do a short video and talking about mentality, and we talked about mental health and mental fortitude and mental toughness and, you know, mental resiliency and everything. But yeah, it's not taught. It's not, you're not born with it. You're going to have to teach it. You're going to have to learn it. You're going to have to experience it. And like I was saying earlier in the video, the ones that have been through some taxing times and some mental toughness things already in life are going to have a little bit easier because they fought for it. They know what it is like to dig and to grind and to work and to do and to fight to survive. But once everybody learns that concept and everything about the mental fortitude and how to be mentally tough, then that's when we come together as a team. That's when we click, and that's when you start to build mental toughness. The mental shock of the culture of the Marine Corps. It's hard to put into words. You are 100% right on that, Dent. The mental culture. Yes, right. All right, John, what'd you say? You didn't have to pitch. You didn't have pitchback darts and falling into ditches, blind, humping through forest and swamp and figure eights. So long we ran into our own lines blindly. Not. Oh man, are you serious? That sucks. I mean, I get it. That would suck. That would suck. But we had mountains, man. Bro. The mental thing has saved our lives time and time again, whether we see it or not, 100%. And, you know, Dent, we talked about that. We said that. I've take these out. Don't need them anymore. And it prepares you for life too, right? And John, you know, there's probably some things that you've done that you now can mentally do some of the things that you've done based on some of the training that you've had or circumstances that you've been in, right? I believe that. I think so. It's taught by indoctrination and training too. Yep. The island ain't big enough. I got you, brother. No, I mean, I know, but you still remember that, right, John? We all do. But how can you apply that today? There's something that you've done, and then you said, you know what? I did that before. I can do this. This is easy. Exactly. Yeah. The mental thing is what creates the face, that bearing. Yep. Marine bearing is not concocted. It comes through indoctrination. Yeah. You can't fake it until you can make it, right? You can't. I don't think you can. My mom trained me. Okay, prime example. You went through a hardship and you went through life and you mentally dealt with a lot. And so you probably have overcome, but when it came to certain things, I think you're mentally tough already. I think that you have an advantage. I know I did, because we weren't fed with a silver spoon. We weren't given things. We had to fight. We had to grind. We had to work. And our mentality is a whole lot different than the ones that did not have that. So we were already somewhat prepared in a way mentally when we hit a wall to get through it. I'm not speaking for you, but I think, you know, and that sucks for us and sucks sometimes, but also we got an advantage to some that have never been that, and it's not their fault. It's just we're different people. But once we get on the same page, then we can become a team and we can become Marines and we can fight together. It can be applied all the time. You find your A game. Our kids, pansies, because we don't allow those same hardships we went through. Yeah. Guilty, right? Aren't we all to a certain point? I get it. Me too. But I think it's okay to fail sometimes as well, because we learn through failure. Also, we learn through discipline. Also, we learn through life and hardships. Prior hardships build character. 110%. I agree with that. I agree with that. And it's not fair. And it sucks. And I don't like it. But hey, I'm here today. You know, I'm here today. I'm proof of it. And I think I'm not speaking for you, John and Alkali, but I just think we've all had something that we've been through that prepared us. And then we made it. And then we still today can go back on those things and say, you can't do anything to me because look what I've been through. I can say that. I don't know about you, but I think we all can kind of relate somehow in that. Sometimes I think I'm just getting home, just getting on my Harley and disappear. Let my kids figure it out. They'll become better for it. You got 2 seats? I'll ride in the back. Fair is not a word. Yeah. Life ain't fair. Right? He said, what about me? He gone. He gonna pick me up on the way. We're gonna go south to the bayou. They take fair out of the equation and put it on you/us. Yeah. I like that. Fair isn't a word. But we all go through the same thing, right? Right? I mean, to a certain extent, training wise, you know, we're all going through the same thing, right? I had to back up. It's getting hot. We're all going through the same thing, right? Botcher, see if you be here, man. But yeah, I mean, life ain't fair. But what do? We adapt and we overcome and we prevail and we go through it, right? Just like, I don't know who with that, Potcher, it might have been Potcher saying it, that wall mentality. We're going to go through it, over it, under it, blow it up, something. We're going to have to get there. But yeah, it's I think it is soft, and I don't think it's the Marine Corps' fault. You know, honestly, they're doing and making Marines out of what they're given, right? Because what our country is putting into the Marine Corps to get trained, they're dealing with what they've got. And like I said, they've got people that've never shot a gun or never PT'd or never seen total darkness or never faced a challenge. And that's not the Marine Corps' fault, I don't think. It's just what we're providing them. We had a simple phrase in 1969, don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. What's up, Grumpy? My man. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. But you see what I'm saying? Like, Grumpy, I could only imagine what's going through your head right now, you know, in your generation, and Dent, yours as well, and Potcher, and some of these older generations, you know. It's just a different, like I said, it's a different breed, and we all, even me, we come from a different background and a different line of, you know, adults, Americans, kids. And I call them kids because they are kids. I've got kids that age, and I was a kid, but we're dealing with what we got. It's not the Marine Corps' fault totally. I'm not saying that some of it is not their fault, but all of it, not necessarily all the Marine Corps' fault. They're working with what they got. Totally my opinion. So, yeah. And I didn't even know about that video. That literally, we were talking earlier about mental health and mental toughness and mental, and then I clicked off and was going to go into a video, and then it says, is the Marine Corps becoming soft? I don't think it's becoming soft. I think what is being introduced into the Marine Corps is soft. And I'm not saying soft. I think it's just different than what we are used to. That what we grew up with and what we came from. Grumpy, you are the old Corps, my man. Semper Fi to that. You 1969 don't mean nothing. That's old school, baby. I respect you and I look up to you, and Dent, you too, man, and all you guys that have come before me. When we go into Marine Corps, oh, listen, I've got some trips coming up, but this year, how about next year? Like 2025, I'm in. Just let me plan it. Seriously, I would love to do that. Love to do it. Americans becoming soft period, the pool of... Okay, there you go. That great summarization, John. The pool, what we're putting into recruit training. Yes. Okay. Well, I think we all agree with you. It's what we're putting into it. Not that it's becoming or is or whatever. It's just the quality of recruit, maybe? Is that a good way to put it? Not just soft, but also indifferent to what it means to be an American. Yeah. Pride for your country. You know, when we eat Dent, we talk about esprit de corps, and we talk core values and the love of your nation and your people. And why can't we all just get along and have pride and be American, you know? And, you know, be Marines too, but be American and love our country and want to see others succeed. And I think people are so worried about others failing and then not boosting each other up and then, you know, wanting to see people succeed. I want to see you succeed. I want to see everybody that I know succeed. Let us know when. All I have to do is buy new underwear. Grumpy, would you be in? Dude, that would be awesome. If you think about it, we are putting a whole lot more on these instructors to create ready to fight force. Yeah. Good stuff, John. Totally agree with that. Because our expectations, I say our because we're all pretty old in here-ish, old school enough. But we're putting expectations on them to make what we were with something less, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that some of it probably great quality, but most of it is a different quality than what we are accustomed to. Does that, can we kind of agree on that? And there's nothing wrong with it because they're doing the best they can with what they got, right? Right? Oh, yeah, Grumpy. Come on, baby. Good deal. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. Got to get across the pond, Dent. Get across the pond so we can go to the Marine Corps Museum in Quantico. That would be fun. Get a big old trip of us to go. Woo! But, you know, and I think it's on us too, of training our future generation. Starting out without any prior experience of weapons or camping or doing stuff that sucks to do. Yeah. I mean, zero. And like, most of that stuff, some of us already knew. We already were doing, or we already knew. Physical, you can't prepare. Mental, you can't really prepare because it's different training evolutions and things like that. But like the weapons and the mindset, the fighting, the dirty, the grit. I got dirt under my nails. Oh, great. You know, and I mean, I think that's, I don't know, man. And I think, and the battlefield is changing. The type of recruits are changing. Everything is changing. Especially the battlefield and how we fight those battles, and different battles are different in the decade that we're in because of, you know, time, even in the 40s and then into the Korean War and then into the Vietnam, the battlefield's changing so that the recruits are changing. The Marine Corps, you know, what it produces is changing in the 90s and then the early 2000s, OEF and OIF. In today's battlefield, each decade has a different battlefield than the other did. But I firmly believe The Marine Corps, if it's boots on the ground, hand to hand, fighting, gunning, running, slinging bullets, I still think we're there. I still think we're there. I still think we might not be where we once were, but we're there. And I still think we got it if we need it. I hope and pray we do. Freeze, recruit, freeze. Freeze, recruit, freeze. You talking about Hugh Freeze? No, I'm kidding. What a guy. You really just out here zeroing us. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I get passionate about it. I get worked up. You know. But, and I think, you know, hopefully that's, you know, all of our military and everything too. I just hope I hope we're still there if it hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I hope we are. I hope we are. But yeah, man, it's but we can do what we got to do, right? We're going to improvise, adapt, and overcome either way because we can't change it now. It's coming. It's already here. So, you know, so be it. I know I don't want any part of this new. Oh, dude, that's scary, my brother. That's scary. Isn't that wild? That's wild. I mean, just the other day we had, you know, a U.S. strike force being attacked in the Red Sea with a drone attack and missile attacks. Have you seen that stuff? Oh, man. But, I mean, how are you going to... I mean, they're fighting with that, and that's the new form. That's what they're doing. I mean, if you're not going to use it, they're going to use it, and they are using it. And I think we're using it as well. We're just not as profiled as much. But, man... Conventional warfare versus non-conventional warfare. Man. John, you want to go back to the hand-to-hand, the trench warfare type stuff? Is that what you're talking about? You think that's what we need to go back to? I bet that would get some attention, right? We start going back to that, back to when, not when we were, but World War II, all Korean War, all that, Belleau Wood, all those, the Frozen Chosen. Oh, yeah. Gunpowder, how you doing, man? We're all good up in here. Hey, John, I still can't believe every rifle has a scope versus iron sights. John was at Paris Island. They probably had scopes on theirs. Yeah, there's no humanity, John. There's nothing like that, man. It is all tossed out the window. It's all gone. It's a different battlefield than me and you know it when we were in. I'm just telling you. Man, that's crazy to me. I get it. I understand. I understand where y'all are coming from. I get it. Gunpowder, how are you doing, man? Good to see you up in here. Band part. Hey, didn't we just talk about that? I think John and I just spoke about that, of like where it's always us versus them, red versus blue, left versus right, this versus that. We just need to be Americans, right? And just be proud and just love America, right? Get along. Iron sight expert. Same. Yeah, we didn't have none of that fancy. I mean, we had some stuff when we were deployed and everything towards the end, but nothing like what they have today. They have some cool stuff. The real battle is rich versus the poor. Always has been, always will be. Yeah. I mean, I grew up on iron sights shooting, and then of course we had scopes and everything like that too. But that's where I learned from, so I think that helps us down the road because we were taught that at a young age. I even teach my boys iron sights before they even switch to a scope. Let them be proficient with an iron sight and shooting regular. Then we can go for some long distance shooting with a scope. That's just me. The real battle is the rich versus the poor. Oh, yeah, I read that. Yeah. Man, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poor. I know. I get it. 22 long rifle, baby. You shot I did too. Y'all remember the old Ruger 1022s, or, you know, the old Ruger 44 Magnums, or the 3030s, the old lever action? That's what I grew up on. Every day, baby, every day. Or the bending of the pump pellet guns, iron sights. I think it starts early, even there. Even the Red Ryder BB gun, you know. Yep. Just different, boys. Just different. Man, oh man, oh man. It has been a good time, though. But anyway, I start mine off that way. My boys, both of them, I did. I just said, hey, we ain't going any further until you learn the right way. Gun safety, gun rule, the whole nine. And if they want to do whatever they want to do later in life, they at least have a foundation of where they started. And whatever they choose and whatever they do, that's on them. But I know that I've done my best to at least lay a foundation. Well, man, I'm glad that I got to jump on here with you guys for a little bit. I know it's been a little over 2 hours, but you know, I think a lot of good conversation came out of it, and a lot of good stuff. I look forward to some more of these. Pay attention to the socials and everything, and then we'll do this again. I know that I've got some training coming up next weekend. Some pretty cool tactical training coming up that I have to do, but I should be back in time on Sunday, and we'll do this again next week as well. I've got some free time as well to do it, to hang out with you guys and to make some videos and chat, and I'll try to make it a little bit more time, like heads up, to let you guys know and post up, and I'm gonna still be along with the videos. So, but that's what my plan is. Got a lot of good stuff coming up too. Like, I've got 2 guys that I'm gonna try to get on here soon. There's one guy that he is out now, but working, trying to get his way to the States. I want to get him on here, Russian linguist. And then I've also got a Marine Corps. He was in the Marine. All these are Marines so far. He is out in Alaska, and he watches the videos, and I want to get him. He's a younger guy and gives a little perspective on, he's out now, of what he thinks and how things have changed. So I'm gonna have to team up with him. I've got those 2 guys teamed up. I've got a pilot from the Army and the Air National Guard, a lot of other guys that GoVol, yeah, whatever. I just looked up and saw that, lost my train of thought. But those guys are going to be really cool, and I want to get their perspective and things, what they're doing, you know, after the Corps, and what they're doing now, and what they see, and a different mindset and perspective of some old school versus new school Marines too. We shot 500 yards for score, 600 yards for fun. At the 600 yard range, you shoot. Read a chapter in your favorite book. Look up for the impact. No impact, no idea. Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate you hanging around, dude. I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad to be on the same team with you, brother. Seriously, we'll talk about that trip. I really want to do that. I know you'll be interested in it. We'll talk later on it. But I'd love to do it. Go Dogs, as in the Georgia Bulldogs? Oh boy, we don't even want to. I mean, we can turn this into a college football talk if we want, but LSU won. Alabama beat Georgia. I think Alabama and Georgia are the two best teams in the nation right now. Anyway, that's the plan. Thank y'all for hanging out, man. I do appreciate it. It's been great. I'm going to have to get prepared for the work week and kiddos and everything, but I'm glad I could get on here for a little bit. Dent, thank you for stopping by, man. I know it's tough for you to get on the same time zone, and Grumpy and Potcher and Nipper and John Alkali, all you guys that stopped in. I appreciate it. So y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all want to see. Send me some ideas. Send me some videos. Send me some suggestions of what you want to see, what you want to talk about, some hot topics, new topics, whatever you want to do. I'm in. Semper Fi. See y'all in the next one. Ooh, gross. I'm going to have to ban that. Ban the orange. Ban it. Out. I'm kidding. See y'all.